Welcome back to the channel. I play plenty of solo games for sure, but teaming up with a friend or a group of friends and playing some games together is one of my favorite things to do on the hybrid console. The Switch has loads of options for co-op multiplayer, and in this video, I've assembled a list for you of some of my favorite games that allow you to do just that. Now I tried to make sure that this list had plenty of online play options in addition to local play. Though not every game hits that criteria, there is a couple exceptions to that rule. Of course, it's no definitive list too. Again, these are just some of my favorites. There's so many Switch games. So you know what that means? I want you to post your favorite co-op Switch games in the comments down below. I can't wait to read those comments. If you're looking for some fantastic co-op gaming on the Switch, then this video is for you, so make sure to hang on and subscribe to the channel as I tell you about some of my favorite Nintendo Switch co-op multiplayer games. While Overcooked and its sequel can be had separately on the eShop, if you love co-op gaming and just want the best versions of the games available, Overcooked All You Can Eat is the way to go. First of all, it has co-op options in droves. Up to 4 players can team up on a single console or through local wireless play, or even through online play in both the Overcooked 1 and 2 portions of the package. The standalone / original release of Overcooked 1 on the Switch does not have online play, so this allows that game to be played online in addition to local play. All You Can Eat Edition includes all the DLC with both games, with brand new content and even enhanced graphics too. It's the way to go if you want the best experience for these games, and that experience is crazy. I've kinda dubbed these style of games as chaos or chaotic multiplayer games, as that's what it can lead to. A lot of craziness and chaos. You need to team up, work together to assemble dishes and recipes, and serve your customers in all types of environments. From Antarctica to being in an airship to even being in the middle of a freeway. It just keeps getting crazier and crazier in this game, and I love it. There has been a lot of variations on this style of gameplay, but the Overcooked series is the best, and again this is the best way to play these games, with all the new content and co-op features. KeyWe might be one that many haven't heard about before, but if you're looking for a good multiplayer co-op game for the Switch, KeyWe is one to look out for. In this game, you play as Jeff and Deborah, 2 kiwi birds that apparently help operate the local post office. Through various minigames and challenges, you will need to work together to complete goals that involve sending the mail on time. From wrapping up packages, getting them sorted, to making sure they are addressed and mailed correctly, you'll need to jump, flap, and butt bounce your way to make sure the job is done right. Of course, there's lots of challenges, like dealing with crazy critters, swatting flies, working around storms, and even aliens. It's a neat game, I love the concept, and what really makes me happy is the fact that while it has 2-player single-screen play, it also has online co-op. Lots of indie games tend to not include online functions and go for just local play, but the fact that it does have online is a huge boon for this game. Give this game a go. It's got good variety to the gameplay with the various tasks that you can do, and the co-op experience is top notch. If you're looking for a nice puzzle platformer for the Switch, Unravel 2 is one of the best. In this game, you take control of a Yarny and work together with another to explore and survive a dangerous world. The co-op play is very well designed. It's a huge aspect of the game as you try to figure out together how to overcome obstacles and puzzles. The co-op play is so good that even though it does have single-player play, it is best experienced with another person. No online co-op with this one. It's only local co-op. That is a shame, but the fact that it's such a good game, I had to include it on a list of my favorites. Electronic Arts has another on this list, and it's the wonderful It Takes Two. This game is designed purely for co-op play, as you'll need to work together with another to take on this adventure. This game is pretty crazy. One moment, you're dealing with bugs that is giant size to you. Another, you're dealing with rampaging toys. To another where you're playing a video game inside a video game. This game is chaotic and keeps throwing you from one zany adventure to the next. It's all good fun. Now the Switch version isn't the best in resolution, I'll admit that, but the Switch version does keep the frames where it counts, and there's no denying the fun in co-op play. Now here's where it gets really good. There's split screen play, local wireless, and online play too. For both local wireless and online, the other player does not need to buy the game. Nope, all they need to do is download the free Game Pass version of the game. This allows a player to team up with another who has bought the game. That's huge. In fact, I wish more games allowed players to do something like that. Being such a fun game, and including a feature like that, I had to include this game on the list. One of Nintendo's best co-op games is Warioware Get It Together. The Warioware gameplay has always been a blast solo, but the latest game in the series shines with co-op play. Take on loads of micro games in story mode or through various other modes in single screen play or up to 2 players in local wireless play. I love the various characters and the fact that each one has a different style of play and abilities. It adds to the variety, of course, but the best part is when you often have to figure out the best use of these characters very quickly in the micro games while working together with others. It leads to such a chaotic, fun experience. It's one of the best multiplayer games of the system. I just wished it had online play. Even still, I could not make this list of my favorites and not include it. I am such a big fan of this game. Sometimes you just want to mow down hordes of enemies, and do so while collecting loot. I mean, that is really what Diablo is. You make a badass character, able to blast through hundreds of whatever comes your way, and yeah, get loot. It's not a complex system, it just works. It's arguable that Diablo is the best at it too. Diablo 3 Eternal Collection is a heck of a package. It includes the game, of course, with the expansion, but it also includes some Nintendo Switch exclusive stuff. You can easily sink hundreds of hours into this game too, with all the content it has. Of course, it's even better in co-op play. There's single system, local wireless, and online play with up to 4 players each. That's super sweet, plenty of ways to get your loot on. With this one, Diablo is top tier when you play with friends. Dragon Quest Builders 2 expanded greatly on the first game. There's a much more fleshed out and deeper story mode, in addition to a much bigger area to explore and build in, with loads more options to build with and create. And finally, a huge addition, co-op play. You can team with up to 3 others and 4-player co-op play as you play and build. The game supports local wireless and online play. Now the concept is familiar. Minecraft got it first in the play style. It's also one of the best co-op games of all time. Of course, it can be enjoyed on the Switch too, with single system play up to 4 players and local wireless and online play up to 8 players. Whether you get one or the other, or both games, you can be guaranteed some excellent gaming, especially if you work together with other like-minded creative gamers. Honestly, for both games, the sky is the limit in terms of what you can get out of it. You can sink hundreds of hours into both games. The Sniper Elite series from Rebellion is good for co-op gaming on the Switch, but I'd argue that the spin-off Zombie Army 4 Dead War might be the best multiplayer co-op option. The Switch version is packed to the brim with content, with a hefty campaign plus the Season 1 pass that adds 3 more additional levels. There's plenty of options to customize your weapons and characters, with unlocks you earn and shoot down hordes of zombie forces in well-designed levels. The game reminds me a bit of Left 4 Dead, and you know what? That's good. That was one of the best co-op games of all time. It can be played with others in local wireless and online play with up to 4 players. I love the drop in and drop out gameplay. It's one of the best reasons I've put so many hours into the game that I have. In the mood to shoot zombies? Just hop online quickly and join a mission in progress. Have enough? Pop out anytime without interrupting others. I love that. There's a ton of co-op beat-em-up games on the Switch that are awesome. Now my personal fave is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. It's a fantastic beat-em-up for sure, a loving tribute to both the franchise and the arcade games from the past. Its biggest perk though is the co-op multiplayer. It's not 2-player co-op, it's not just 4-player co-op, it goes beyond with up to 6 players. That's insane. Drop in and drop out multiplayer with up to 6 players on a single Switch in local play, and the same for online play. Absolutely huge. It's so good, you absolutely have to play this game in 6 players. It's one of the best beat 'em up experiences ever, and certainly one of my favorite co-op games on the Switch. Monster Hunter Rise is probably one of my favorite co-op games on the Switch by far. The Monster Hunter series by default has always been a treat with others. You team up, use the best armor and weapons you can, and proceed to bash some monsters' brains in, and hopefully doing so without getting your butt kicked. Then you carve them, make better gear, and do it again and again. The monster hunts are exciting and thrilling as you use your skills. Monster Hunter Rise on Switch has online play with up to 4 players, and it's excellent. Let's be fair, we know there's games that have issues with online play on the Switch. Monster Hunter Rise doesn't have those issues. It's a pretty smooth experience. The game allows you to join up with friends or strangers at any time, and even allows you to easily create lobbies and post missions for others to join. This is all on top of one of the best Monster Hunter games to date. There's so much content, especially if you get the expansion, and even continues to get weekly updates to this very day. I've poured nearly 400 hours into this game, with 98% of it being in co-op, and I could easily put in a few hundred hours more with the content I've yet to explore. It's one of the best on Switch, without a doubt. Like I said in the beginning of this video, this is by no means a definitive list. It's only some of my favorites, but if this video does well, there might be a sequel in the works. In the meantime, feel free to post your favorite co-op multiplayer games in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't. I post new videos each and every week on this channel, and you definitely don't want to miss out on them. Thank you so much for the support, and channel members and Patreon members, thank you for your support too. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the next video.